Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Celina Pereira. I love makeup and I'm from Sydney, Australia. Today's video is going to be a 4 looks 1 palette using the Violet Voss and Nicol Concillio eyeshadow palette. This palette was a collaboration that Violet Voss did with Nicol Concillio. And this is what the palette looks like here. If you haven't seen it, it is full of warm tones and also quite a few pops of colors. Has some really pretty shimmers you can use in every single eye look depending on what you're going for. I've been a huge fan of Nicol Concillio's for a long time. I've been watching her videos for ages and I was really excited when this came out because it really honestly is what she would be in a palette. If you watch her videos, you know what kind of color scheme she usually goes for, and the names I think are very, very true to her. She talks about all these names in her videos, and I will link her video revealing the palette as well down below, because that way she can also explain what the names of the shadows were all about. For today's video, I really wanted to show you how you can get a different range of looks using this one palette. I use a huge mix of different techniques, different looks. I use a mix of different shades from warm tones to the more bright colors. So guys, without further ado, if you guys want to see how I achieved this look plus 3 other looks using the Nicol Concillio and Violet Voss palette, then please keep on watching.
Okay, so to start off with, I'm going to take the shade Barat, and I'm using this as my transition shade, and I'm using my Morphe R40 brush to apply this. Next, I'm going to take the shade Pizza on the same brush, and I'm just going to use this over the transition shade, really just to help warm up the crease. Next, taking the shade Mars, and I'm going in with a slightly smaller brush. This is a Morphe R37 brush, and I'm taking this more in the crease again to give that really nice warmth vibe that we're going for, but also to help define the crease a little bit more. Then once I've got that applied, I go back in with my R40 brush just to help blend that out and make sure there's no harsh lines. Next, taking the shade Chocolate, and I'm taking this on a Morphe E18 brush, and I'm really using this to pack it in the outer corner of the eye to give a little bit more definition and to bring a little bit more of a darker tone into the eye look. Then taking the shade Hey Girl to help blend that out. Next, for the star of this eye look, I'm taking the shade Pingy on a flat brush, and I'm wetting the brush, and I absolutely love this really beautiful, bright, electric blue shade. I think it looks stunning. So I'm doing this as almost like a cut crease, but not so much of a defined cut crease. I'm really just applying it in the, I guess, first 2/3 of the eye, really helping meet up with that chocolate shade, and then just whatever I've got left on my brush, just blending it out towards the outer corner. Then I'm taking the black shade of the palette, which I can't remember what it's called, and I'm just packing that in the outer corner, and then just trying to blend that shade Pingy with the black. Then I took a little bit more of Hey Girl with my R37 brush and just really blended out more so the black in this eye look. For the lower lash line, I basically just took the same colors I put in the crease on the lower lash line. This is a flat definer brush, also from Morphe. I don't know what the number is, but I just applied, I believe it was Hey Girl and Chocolate, and then I just took Pizza with the pencil brush as well, and then blended all that out. For my lashes, I took Lily lashes in the style Mykonos for this look. I thought it looked amazing. It was nice and dramatic. Then I took the shade Glamorous, I think, and I just applied that on my inner corner and brow bone for a highlight, again with a little small Morphe detailing brush. And that, you guys, is the final look. Onto the second look, I took the shade Barat again as my transition shade, and I used a Morphe R40 brush again for that. Then taking the shade Hangry, going back in with the same brush just to really help re-intensify that transition shade. Then I took the color Pizza, and I took this in the inner and outer corner of the eye because this is going to be more of a halo eye, so I really wanted to make sure this was more concentrated in the inner and outer corners, and I used a Morphe R37 for that. Then I took the shade Hey Girl on my E18, and again just took that in the inner and outer corners of the eye. This didn't really give me much, in all honesty, but it did start that kind of process to really help get that dark inner and outer corners. And then, of course, blending that out with my R37. At this point, my crease was looking a little bit harsh, so I just went back in with my R40 and a little bit of that shade Bra just to help really blend out that crease. Then I'm going in and cutting my crease with a little bit of concealer and a flat concealer brush. And because this is a halo eye, I'm doing it a little bit different to how I usually do my cut creases, where I'm literally just cutting the middle part of my crease and kind of creating almost like an upside down kind of V shape. Then to fill in my cut crease, I used the two gold shades from the palette, LA and Victoria, and just applied those using just a MAC shadow brush. I don't remember what the number is, but I'll leave it down below anyway. And I'm really just making sure that I get that gold all the way up to the line of where my cut crease starts, just so there's no gaps and no lines. And don't worry too much if you make a mistake with the shape of the cut crease, because we can always fix that up later, which you'll see in a minute I'll do. Then I'm taking the shade Chocolate again with my E18 brush, and I'm taking this in the inner and outer corner, and this is where you really started to see more of the halo eye, so I really could have skipped the shade Hey Girl altogether, and then basically just taking my R37 again and just blending that out. Then for my lower lash line, I just took a smudging brush from Sephora, and I just took Hey Girl and Chocolate, and then again blended it out with Pizza. Then for my inner corner and Barbara and highlight, I used the shade Zozo, and again that really small Morphe detailing brush. And then I just took a lip liner into my waterline, which I do not recommend doing this. I did it because I took that risk, but please do not put lip liner in your waterline because it's not eye safe. This one is from Urban Decay, and I will leave a link down below because I don't remember the name, but I just think it looks really good with this look. And then for my lashes, I used a pair from ARTEMES. Again, I have no idea which lashes these are because I bought them in a set of 3. So I don't know, but I'll leave it down below anyway. And this, you guys, is the final look. For this next look, I'm taking Desi as my transition shade. And again, using my Morphe G40 brush to blend that into my crease. And then taking Hangry, and I'm taking this on a Morphe G37 brush. And I'm really going to start to map out that kind of cut crease line that we're going for. So I want it to be really nice and elongated. I want it to be kind of like cat eye kind of a look. I want my eyes to look very, very almond. Then taking the shade Hey Girl on another Morphe blending brush. I'll leave a link down below. And I'm just kind of being a little bit more defined with this because this is more of a tapered blending brush. Then I'm going in with the shade Chocolate and this really teeny tiny Morphe blending brush that I love for doing cut creases. This brush literally is the best for cut creases because it applies the colour really nice and defined, but also helps to start the blending process. I'll leave a link down below, but it's amazing. Then I took an M433 from Morphe again, and I took a little bit of the shade Hangry and just helped to blend out the shade Chocolate. Next, I'm just going to start making my actual cut crease. So I'm just using again some concealer with my concealer brush and just mapping out exactly where I want my cut crease to be. Admittedly, I probably should have done this a little bit higher. I would have probably liked the look overall, but it does still work really well. If you've got really small lids, I recommend doing a little bit higher because it'll make it look like you've got more lid space as well. And making sure that I fill that in really well so that way the next colour sticks really well into the eye. Then taking the shade Palm Tree, and again with just a flat brush, and I'm wetting the brush for this, I'm just applying that in that negative space. And this is such a stunning green shade. I love, love this shade. Next, I decided to apply some liquid liner, and this one is just from Essence. It's the Essence Waterproof Liner. I love this liner because it's so affordable and has such a fine tip to it that it's really easy to get a really nice defined wing liner. Yes, I still made a little bit of a mistake, but I cleaned that up with concealer, which you'll see in a minute anyway, so it's really not. And with my wing as well, I wanted to have a bit of a negative space between where the wing ends and where the actual cut crease starts. So off camera, I did also just apply a little bit more palm trees in between that space. And here I'm just cleaning up my wing because I did feel that it was a little bit messy. Then for the lower lash line, I literally just took Hey Girl and Hangry and just blended that on the lower lash line, and then took Zozo again as my brow bone and inner corner highlights. For my lashes, I took this pair from ESQIDO lashes, and they are the style Starlet, and they're just really pretty and really wispy. And that, you guys, is the final eye look. Now for this final look, I did it basically all in reverse. So I took this shade Chocolate, and I used a Dose of Colours shadow brush, and I literally just applied that all over the eyelid. And then I took the shade Pizza with my R37 brush and just blended out that shade Chocolate. And then taking the shade Hangry and blending that out with a Morphe R40 brush. And that's literally all I did for this look, and I literally just went back and forth, adding more of that shade Chocolate and then blending it out again, and then adding more Chocolate and blending it out again, really until I was happy with the way that it looked and the blend of it all. This is really similar to my blacked out smoky eye technique, except that I don't have a base underneath the shade Chocolate, but it's really similar. For my lower lash line, I just took both Hangry and Pizza and just blended those under my eyes. Then took the shade LA as my inner corner and brow bone highlight. For my liner, I just use this brown liner from Sephora, and for my lashes, I use my LILLY lashes in the style Miami. And I got glue everywhere, but it does dry clear, so no stress. And you guys, that is the final eye look.
Alright guys, that is it for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed. To complete this final look, I went ahead and did my foundation, my bronzing, my concealer, all of that kind of stuff. And to finish off with the highlighter, I applied the Dose of Colors Desi x Katy highlighter in the shade Fuego. And for my lips, I used the Morphe liquid lipstick in the shade Peanut. For a full list of every single product mentioned and used, please be sure to go to my description box down below for more information. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and be sure to turn your notifications on so you don't miss out on anything I post. Leave me a comment down below what you want to see next, new videos, new things you want me to try out, whatever you like. Leave me a comment, say hi. And if you guys want to check me out on my other social media, you can go to Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, and Pinterest. That all is Celina J. Pereira. Once again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next one.